Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院。
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today we are looking at our celebrations lesson. And we're talking about kind of an interesting celebration. Maybe even a little unusual. But our title is called Quiet Power. Shh. It's called Quiet Power. And we're actually talking about World Introvert Day. And we'll tell you what that is in the article.
没错，所以今天跟明天2天我们都要来看到的全球节庆的单元呢，我们的文章中文的标题叫做安静的力量，所以刚刚呢 Steve 老师已经演出来了。那同时呢在文章中呢我们会来看到一个叫做这个世界内向日，到底这是一个什么样的节日呢？我们赶快跟着 Steve 老师一起来了解一下吧。
Quiet Power.Since 2011, people around the world have been celebrating World Introvert Day on January 2nd. The word introvert describes a personality type. Introverted people don't require a lot of social contact, and they enjoy spending time alone. They are likely to feel drained by environments that are highly stimulating.and may often need to go to a quiet place to recharge. World Introvert Day began with a blog post from German psychologist Felicitas Henye. She suggested that introverts are often misunderstood, and their mental health suffers because popular culture is dominated by extroverts.Her idea was to celebrate World Introvert Day to raise awareness of the social challenges that introverts face. It would also celebrate the contributions of introverts throughout history. There are many famous introverts in art and science, such as Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, J.K. Rowling, and Lady Gaga.It is believed that many introverts have a great ability to focus and strong powers of imagination. After the noisy New Year celebrations are over, people can set aside one day for some quiet time by themselves or with some introverted friends. You never know what new ideas you might find when you slow down to enjoy some peace and quiet.All
right, looking at the first paragraph, since 2011, people around the world have been celebrating World Introvert Day on January the 2nd. So people have been celebrating. Sometimes we can use the word celebrate, like celebrate is
庆祝.
庆祝. And sometimes there's another word that we can use for a holiday. We call it observing a holiday. Observe actually means to look, to watch. But when you observe, O-B-S-E-R-V-E, when you observe a holiday, that means you might not be having a big party, but this is a day that we recognize and look at.For instance, in Taiwan, you don't really have a big party on Tomb Sweeping Day.
那个清明节.
Yeah, you don't, 庆祝, right? You're not having a party. So you observe that holiday. So I'm thinking for World Introvert Day, it might be a holiday that people observe and maybe not have big parties. Maybe.
有可能所以呢首先第一个文章的第一句我们就来讲到说从2011年开始，那么呢这个全世界的人们，这是我们的主词，就 have been 一直都有所以这里有一个现在完成式，那么一直都怎么样呢？都会庆祝1月2号的世界内向日。那么刚刚呢 Stevie 老师讲到了 observe 这个动词，它呢除了当观察来讲，它也可以当你去过一个什么节日你过这个节就是你知道有这个节你认同这个节，然后呢你可能不是用大型的派对或者是有一些 festival 去庆祝，可是呢你会过这个节日，有这个节日，你也可以用那个动词。
Yeah. So the word introvert describes or talks about a personality type. We can call people, we can use it as a noun and say, you are an introvert.
没错，这个时候就变名词咯。
Right. But when we use it to describe a personality type, we say somebody is introverted. Introvert with an ED. So, a personality type, somebody who maybe they're a little shy, maybe they don't really like a lot of people around them.
对。
So they are an introvert. They are introverted.
所以呢 an introvert 就是把它当名词用，一位内向者哦。那或者是你把它后面加一个 ed 变成形容词，就是内向的这样子。所以这里讲到呢，内向这个字呢，它所这个在形容的是一种这个 personality， 我们讲说就是人的性格，然后 type 就是类型哦，所以是一种性格的类型。
Now, introverted people don't require a lot of social contact, and they enjoy spending time alone. When they say they don't require, it means they don't really need to have that. Some people need to have a lot of social interaction.
对。
And these people, they don't really want that. They kind of like the quiet and the, they don't like all the noise. And sometimes they don't like what we call the drama of other people.
没错。
Yeah. Drama, D-R-A-M-I, or D-R-A-M-A.
对。
There.
所以呢，接下来的这一句讲的是说，内向的人这是我们的主词，他并不要求这里的 require 也可以说是并不需要所以呢，等于刚刚呢，这个 Steve 老师说的 need N-E-E-D， 它并不需要很多的这个 social contact， 我们讲社交或者刚刚呢 Steve 老师用了一个字也很好，是 social 的互动 interaction，我们 spell that please。
Interaction, I-N-T-E-R-A-C-T-I-O-N. Inter means to like come in and out together.
对。
Action 就是一个动作 right?
行动，对。
So interaction, 互动。
没错，所以这里的话，你也可以用这个字所以他们内向的人，他们是不需要很多的这种社交互动的。
Yeah.
而且呢，他们是很享受什么呢 ？Spending 是花，你可以花钱，你也可以花时间。这里他讲的是 spending time， 所以他很明确的告诉你花时间，而且是怎么样的花法呢 ？Alone， 独自一人的时间。所以他们其实是很享受独处的。
Yeah. They are likely to feel drained by environments that are highly stimulating and may often need to go to a quiet place to recharge. This means they're likely to, when we say they're likely to feel drained, when we say I feel drained, it means I have no energy.
对。
It feels like something sucks the energy out of you.
被掏空啊。
Yeah, and when a sink is full of water,
水槽本来是这个满水的。
you pull out the plug
对。
and the sink gets drained or
对。
it drains.
就是把那个水排空。
Yeah. So they feel drained by environments that are highly stimulating. Something that is stimulating is something that is always 一直在刺激到你。
对。
It could be people talking, it could be loud noises, it could be working in an office.
都有可能。
Yeah. So these kinds of people need a quiet place to recharge like a battery.
没错，所以呢，最后这一段的这一句讲到说呢 ，they 就是指我们刚刚讲的这些内向的人呐，他们 be likely to 就是很容易会、很可能会的意思会干嘛呢？会感觉到好像被掏空一般，会感觉到精疲力尽。被什么呢 ？by 后面告诉我们，被那些高度刺激性的环境。所掏空，然后呢，因此感到精疲力竭，而且也常常的需要到一个安静的地方呢，去 recharge， 去充电，去休息。
We're going to take a really quick break right here, and we'll be right back with the next part of our article. All right, looking at the next paragraph, World Introvert Day began with a blog post from German psychologist Felicitas Hein.
所以呢，接下来我们来看到这一段，一开始他讲到说，世界内向日，它开始于一则部落格的贴文，来自谁呢？来自德国的这个心理学家费利西塔斯·海恩。
She suggested that introverts are often misunderstood, and their mental health suffers because popular culture is dominated by extroverts. So she suggested. This means she is saying this is what she thinks. It doesn't mean it's a fact, but this is what she believes. So I'm suggesting this is what I think.
对。
And she said that introverts are often misunderstood. Maybe some people think, oh, she just doesn't like people. She's
cold.
Yeah, she's cold. But maybe she is just misunderstood, these people. And their mental health suffers because popular culture is dominated by extroverts. When we say something is dominated, this means that there are more extroverts, many, many more extroverts than introverts. So the culture is kind of controlled by the dominant side.
That's right. 所以呢，接下来我们讲到这一位心理学家，他认为就是这个内向者呢，常常是被误解的这里的 be misunderstood 用一个 be 动词再加一个被动式，被误解的，而且他们的心理健康呢 suffers 是在受苦的。为什么而受苦呢？后面讲到 because 因为这件事情而受苦，因为呢这个大众的流行文化呢，可以说呢是受到谁所主导呢？这里的 be dominated by someone 就是由谁来主导，是由这种外向者来主导的。
Her idea in her blog post was to celebrate World Introvert Day to raise awareness of the social challenges that introverts face. So whenever we hear raise awareness of something, that just means you're trying to help people be more aware of a certain situation. And here, she wants people to be aware of, we could say to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
没错。
Okay, to kind of understand things from their
angle.
Another word that you don't have to memorize today, but it's a good word to know, is to look at something from somebody else's perspective. And this means from their angle,
对。
right? From their point of view. So perspective, P-E-R-S-P-E-C-T-I-V-E, perspective. It's a great word to know. So, yes, when you're aware of something, then maybe you can kind of look at it from somebody else's angle.
所以呢，我们刚刚讲的，不管是 angle 或者是 perspective， 都是指角度或者是观点。所以呢，刚刚讲到说，把你自己放在别人的鞋子里，什么意思呢？就是用别人的角度去设身处地的来想或者来看某件事情所以呢，这句讲到说的是这个他的her idea 他的这个想法呢就是要来这个透过庆祝世界内向日来提高这个意识raise awareness。那提高对什么的意识呢？of 后面就告诉我们了，就是这些内向者们他们所面对的这种社会上的这个挑战所以呢，提高这个的意识，换言之，让我们去理解、去 understand 他们所面对的这样的一个社会挑战。
Right. Looking at the next sentence, it would also celebrate the contributions of introverts throughout history. So it would, meaning if they had this holiday, which now they do, that World Introvert Day, part of this is celebrating the contributions of introverts throughout history. many people that maybe we did not know were introverts.
然后呢，最后这句讲到说呢，这也同样的就是这个节呢，它也会去庆祝什么呢？就是这个整个历史上来讲呢，很多内向者他们的贡献，他们的很卓越的表现。
Okay, we'll take one more break, and we'll be right back with the next part, where we're going to find out some of these famous introverts.
没错。
Looking at the next paragraph, we talk about some of these famous introverts. There are many famous introverts in art and science, such as Albert Einstein. I'm sure students have heard of Albert Einstein.
肯定有。
Charles Darwin.
也非常有名。
J.K. Rowling. Do any of you read Harry Potter? There you go. And Lady Gaga. Yes, Lady Gaga is a performer, and up on stage, she does things for her art, but when she's home, she kind of likes to be alone and recharge, and yeah, so they say she's an introvert.
所以呢，接下来就要来举例了。所以我们看到他说有许多非常著名的这个内向者呢，是活跃在哪里个领域呢？活跃在艺术还有科学界。例如第一个举的是爱因斯坦，或者是像这个有名的学者达尔文，然后呢非常有名哈利波特的这个作者 J.K. 罗琳，以及呢女神卡卡。
It is believed that many introverts have a great ability to focus and strong powers of imagination. So it says they have a great ability to focus. They're very good at focusing on things. And they have strong powers of imagination. They're very good at imagining things. We could also say they're very creative.
没错。所以呢，接下来讲到 It is believed that 后面这件事情是被大家所相信的，所以你可以翻人们相信相信什么呢 ？That 后面告诉我们，许多的内向者他们有着很棒的这个专注力，叫做 ability to focus 因为 focus 是专注的意思，所以是专注力，很棒的专注力以及很强的想象力。
Okay, we'll take one more break and be back with the last part. Looking at the last paragraph for today, after the noisy New Year celebrations are over, people can set aside one day for some quiet time by themselves or with some introverted friends. So this is saying, this is why I guess World Introvert Day is on January the 2nd, because January 1st is like probably the one day where almost the whole world is partying.
That's right.
Right? New Year's Eve, January 1st, the whole world is going crazy. Yay, New Year's! And then, maybe on the 2nd, people need to, they need a quiet day to recharge.
That's right.
So this is saying you can set aside. When we've set something aside, it really means to take something and put it aside to keep it. So set aside one day means schedule one day for yourself.
That's right.
That's what it means. Take one day for some quiet time by yourself or with some introverted friends, people that you feel like recharge you and don't drain you.
That's the point.
Yeah.
所以呢，接下来他就讲到说呢，就在这个非常闹哄哄、喧腾的这个新年庆祝过去之后 ，are over 过去之后，那因为我们讲到内向日是1月2号，所以就像刚 Steve 老师说的，你1月1号新年庆祝完了，1月2号呢，隔天人们呢其实可以怎么样 set aside？ 我们讲拨出、空出空出一天干嘛呢？来呢？这个度过一些安静的时光。那 by 后面告诉我们怎么度过呢？是这个内向者他们自己度过，或者是他们跟一些内向的朋友共同度过。但是呢，重点就是刚刚 Steve 老师说的，这个内向的朋友他是 不会再把你 drain， 就是不会呢再让你觉得很累而是能够 recharge you， 能够让你呢觉得感觉被充电了，在休息到了这样的感觉。
You never know what new ideas you might find when you slow down to enjoy some peace and quiet. You never know if you decide to take a break and just have a quiet, relaxing day. You don't know what ideas you might have when your brain has time to slow down and just relax.
所以呢，最后他说，你永远不会知道就是呢，你可能会发现会出现什么样新的想法。当你呢慢下脚步来，叫 slow down， 然后呢去享受一些 peace 和平，还有 quiet 宁静。在这样的情况之下，你绝对想不到你会有可能出现什么样的新想法。
Okay, that's the end of today's article. We're about halfway through this. We'll continue it tomorrow with part 2, but we're going to take a break right here, and we'll be right back and have a quick review of today's words and phrases. Okay, today we had some new words and phrases. Just want to do a quick review. The first one, we talked about personality. What kind of personality type are you? We also used the word require, which means to need. You have to have something. We talked about being drained, feeling tired. We also talked about the word dominate, or somebody is dominated by something else. We use the phrase raise awareness of something. You're trying to understand something. And we also talked about imagination. What kind of things can you think of? Can you think up in your little brain and in your imagination? We also talked about setting aside or taking time for yourself, setting aside a day to kind of relax and be quiet. And we talked about using that day to kind of slow down, relax, and maybe your imagination will come up with all kinds of wonderful ideas. Those are our words and phrases that we talked about today. We're going to have more tomorrow for you. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.